Hello everyone, and welcome back to Northwest Texas for another Farming Simulator 17 video. If you remember last episode, we sold our wheat that we harvested from field 28. We went ahead and bought our new tractor and seeder, which was the Big Bud 747 within the Seedhawk seeder. I was playing with this a little bit off screen, and I have decided that this is going to be strictly a seeding tractor, because in the about 15 minutes I've been playing with it, I've already used 100 liters, so it uses too much diesel to be used as anything else really. So this is strictly a seeding tractor, which is kind of what I planned it for, because to me it also really seems too big to do anything with. So we are going to plant this field in soybeans because they are currently worth the most. So we will go ahead and unfold this, and we will set a worker off on this field. Today I would also like to start harvesting field 29, so we are going to need to lease 2 corn headers. So does that one fold? I wonder. That's 12 meters. I think I'll just go ahead and lease 2 of these, probably for the remainder of the series, but we're going to pay for transportation back to our farm. Please say it resets to the farm. It did, I think. So that's good. So we will be able to drive that over to field 29. This is a 5, I think, meter working width. We are intentionally skipping down here because if we don't, the worker will go in really weird lines. So I could start it myself. That's actually what I'm going to do. Go ahead and start it up at least. So like I said, I'm planting soybeans because they are worth the most money, and I think in the just game in general, they will always be the highest price, excluding great demands. So we'll go ahead and lower this. This does have a cultivator built in, which is one reason I decided to buy it. It eliminates the need for a cultivator. So we'll go ahead and set the worker off. Go find our harvester. Now to find where these headers reset. Over here they are. So we're going to put one on the New-Holland, obviously, and one on the John Deere, and create a follow me convoy over to field 29. So I'm hoping this will fit on the New-Holland. Sorry for no video on the... well, by the time it's up, it'll probably be yesterday. I needed to find a way to edit it because in the middle of recording, something popped up and I don't want it in the video, so I needed to find a way to censor it out. But the only way I could find to do it is have the entire bottom corner where the information panel is, just have that completely covered for that video. So I apologize for that. To me, it beats not uploading that video, and the last episode I thought was good. So it'll just be that little thing. I don't think it's anything really that major. Hook this up to the John Deere. We need to create a follow me convoy with the Big Bud as well. So we're going to come over here. I'm hoping the drive won't take too long, because I think it's closer than field 28. This is obviously going to... no, I think we'll have Big Bud lead, because Big Bud doesn't go much faster than the harvester, and we don't want it to go faster than the harvester, because then we leave things behind. We'll go get Big Bud with the grain cart. So we are going to be on the grain cart again because I forgot to enable follow me, so I'm sorry for that. But I might just go ahead and have the grain cart parked and just run the harvester for a little bit. So we need to go to field 29 because that is where our equipment is parked, or our other equipment. So we are back in the Big Bud 450 again, pulling the Brent 1596 grain cart. So if you remember, I said I was going to be purchasing a second seeder for this tractor. That's not going to happen for a while because right now, last episode, if you remember, I took out a $200,000 loan to purchase the 747, and I didn't have enough money left to fill the seeder with what I wanted to, so I had to take out another loan and another loan to lease this corn header. So unfortunately, I will not be able to purchase a smaller seeder for that Big Bud. So I'm hoping, I think the working width of that Big Bud seeder combined is about as big as the two combine heads, so I'm hoping it'll take about the same time, since I think it'll be covering pretty much the same width. So I'll have to see how far the seeder is right before we finish this episode. So to get to field 29, instead of going left, we go right, and if you can see, it's right above field 30. So we will work our way over there at 19 miles an hour. We'll drive from in cab. This, I believe, has the 855 Cummins in it, if I didn't say before. I like to, when I have vehicles in this game, really older vehicles, I like to look up information about them and like to share it with you guys, just to give us something else to talk about, and if any of you guys are interested, it saves you having to look it up. So that's why I do that. This tractor still goes significantly faster than the harvester. If you can see in the distance, that is field 29. You can see the silos out there. The field in front of that, I believe, is our field. So we will just slowly go over there and hope we don't leave any of our other vehicles behind, because I really don't want to have to drive the John Deere again. That takes forever. But it also took forever bringing the 747 back, so I really don't want to have a lot of driving, because last episode was pretty much all driving, and I don't want to bore you guys with driving. So there is our truck and trailers, and that is obviously right where the field is. I wish I had course place set up, because I really want to drive a harvester. I think next episode I will leave a little bit left and we can get in the harvester. I was planning on soon, but I don't know if we'll be able to now because of our money situation, start animals again. But that might have to wait a few episodes because of our low amount of money. Oh, that didn't leave those harvesters too far behind. So this is the cornfield that we are going to be harvesting. We'll just park Big Bud here for a minute and go get in the John Deere. Start unfolding it. Start unfolding the header also. This one is going to start over here. So we need to go get in the New-Holland to prevent it from getting too close. So this one's going to start working over here. It's going to be set up just like field 28 was, because I found that system works really well in getting it done in a decent amount of time. So we will turn the harvester on and line it up. Hire a worker. I still love the sounds on this John Deere. So we will drive this just a little bit probably go ahead and drive it down to the end of the field, but I'm going to have to watch the upper corner to make sure the New-Holland doesn't get too full, because if it gets too full, I'm going to have to go get the Big Bud. So this is, like I said, the John Deere T660i harvester. The interior is really nice. It shows the display. I really shouldn't be doing that because then stuff like that happens. And it shows how many hectares we've harvested, how many hours it has in the engine RPM. So if you ever, the last field I think was probably about, I don't know, 14 hectares, because this harvester had, I'm not even going to worry about every last bit of it. Last field had, this machine read 7.2, so I'll just assume this machine did a little less than half, so I'll say 14 to 15 hectares was that field size. So that's a pretty good sized field, because I think the biggest one in Goldcrest is 11. And one of the fields we start with in this map is already bigger than that, if I'm remembering correctly. Or if I'm doing my calculations correct. Because I looked in the New-Holland to see if it had a hectare count, and it didn't. So that's my best estimate. So this is the John Deere. I love the sound of this harvester. I love the turbo sound. Like I said in one of my other videos, I just love the sound of a turbo spooling up on really any machine. Part of this field's problem is it was seated kind of odd, so I'm going to have a hard time. Probably just going to leave whatever I don't get on the outside. I'm just going to leave it because it's not that much. I haven't gotten a message yet, so it should be fine. Had I not messed up, I would have probably gotten back at the same time as the New-Holland. So that was 41%, so I'm probably going to go get the Big Bud and start the unload process. If you lift up the header, it goes faster. We'll go ahead and hire a worker, go get Big Bud again, and follow the John Deere down the field. And then we'll go get the New-Holland when it comes back, since its auger's on the wrong side right now. I found that works pretty good. When the auger's on the right side, go unload it, and most likely there will be no issues with it getting full. So yeah, that auger, the New-Holland auger's on the wrong side right now. So here's the John Deere. I hope the auger can reach, because I think that header is a little wider than the wheat header. So I'm hoping it can still reach. Come on. Please reach, please reach, please reach. Alright, it will. Good. I don't remember which speed I have, if I have this set to New-Holland speed or John Deere speed. I have it set to New-Holland speed, apparently. Because I think we found out the New-Holland works at 6.5 and this one works at 6. So I found this process, like I just said, works really well. It normally keeps vehicles from stopping until I can't get to one fast enough, and then that is no longer on the worker, and when I pull things like that, it's also not on the worker. Normally, I had mastered this last episode, but not anymore. The problem is there's really not enough room to make any large corrections. So pretty much if you mess up a little bit, you're either going to block the worker, or block the worker. So just go ahead and finish coming down here, and we'll go get the New-Holland now. Go to the New-Holland, which is obviously over here. That's a perfect spot to park the semi, because then we can just pull up alongside. If you watched last episode, I kind of might have intentionally gone mudding with that truck a little bit, which is where all the dirt came from. Minor detail. See how the Big Bud's doing. Oh wow, he's doing really good. Looks like he's already done a lot. So this field doesn't look like it'll take too long, just because I have 2 harvesters with 12-meter heads going. I think this is a 12-meter head. But anyway, it's big enough to where it won't take too long. I'm going to have to drive these harvesters down to return these headers, unless I just keep them for the remainder of the series, which I might end up doing. Although I really don't plan on doing corn that much, although sunflowers require the corn header also, which I plan on doing sunflowers. So I'll think about it. I may just end up keeping it because it's really not that expensive per day, I don't think. And to me, it really doesn't make sense just to keep returning it and then releasing it. It just seems like it would cost more money. So that's what we're going to do. I have just made that decision in the 10 seconds I was talking about it. We're just going to keep the headers for the season. Although I'm hoping that won't cost us... Ooh, that could turn into a disaster. A mud river. If the harvesters go too far. And I really don't want to have to be dealing with stuck harvesters, because we found out in Thornton Farm that that's not a good thing. Unless the harvester just isn't that smart, I shouldn't have that issue of mud river. Let's go ahead and supervise. Oh yeah, he's fine. So we'll go back up to the John Deere and follow him down the field. This tractor and grain cart has gotten a workout in the 2 episodes we've been using it. So I'm thinking right now, this is probably, as odd as it sounds, going to be our all-around tractor. Because the Massey Ferguson is, in my opinion, too small to do anything. So I think we're just going to use this as a little bit of everything tractor. Well, anything non-PTO, because like we discovered last episode, this doesn't have a PTO on it. So the Massey will probably right now be the PTO tractor, which will be interesting since it is only 66 horsepower. It's only not that great of a source of PTO horsepower. But we can make do with it. Like, I probably have a feeling that we're going to have to go pick up some more seed and fertilizer pallets, because I think the Seed Hawk will use a lot of it that we will be planting in this field. So, or a lot of it in the field that it's planting, we will still have to plant in this field, and once field 20 grows and we harvest it, we'll have to plant... Oh yeah, field 20 is corn also, so I'll have to keep the corn header for that. I'm for sure that at some point we will have to go pick up seed pallets in the seeding of 28, 29, and 20. Because I don't think 15,000 liters will be sufficient for 3 fields, and 3 relatively large fields for that matter. So this just works really nice, just driving alongside the harvester, unloads it, keeps it from stopping, saves us money in the long run, because like I said last episode, we won't be paying workers to sit there and do nothing, and we won't have to be driving tippers back and forth as much. Every time a tipper fills up, or really every time this trailer fills up, we just go to the semi and unload it into the semi. And when semi gets full, which is not often, we will take it to either be sold or stored. Let's see how much corn's going for. Oh, it did that field really fast. Corn's cheap right now. It's really no different than the price of wheat, and it's going down. So we'll probably go ahead and store this for a while until we get a good price for it. Because what I found is, this is just my luck, as soon as I sell something, I end up getting a great demand, like in-game the day after I sell it. So we'll just go ahead and store the corn until we get a higher price for it, and hope that that price is good enough to make it worthwhile. The only other time I've really found that the harvesters even have an opportunity to stop is when I'm unloading the Brent into the semi-truck, because that sometimes takes a little while. But I think as long as I don't get a warning in the top corner, I should be fine with unloading. Assuming the auger's on the right side, that's really the only thing. Although, when the John Deere is empty, in theory it should be able to go down and back and be at about 80%, and in that case, the auger will be on the right side. And the same should go for the New-Holland, because the New-Holland has a bigger grain tank. So, if it doesn't, I have done something wrong in my loading and unloading. So this looks so cool, having all of these vehicles working. Seeing all of our in-game planning coming together makes it all worthwhile. And then having, that just got really loud again, and then having the 747 seating in a field. That 747's almost done already. That tractor is an engineering marvel in my opinion. I was reading more on it, I think, I don't remember when, recently. It can work, I think, an acre a minute, I think. I'm not positive on that number. But, and just like I said, in my opinion, it's an engineering marvel, because just due to its sheer size and the ability that it has with an 1100 horsepower engine. Really though, all big buds in my opinion themselves are legendary, because I was reading on this also, and they had a lot of features that even tractors today don't have, like air brakes. I think most of the big buds, or most of the big buds that I see have air brakes. In the engine sizes, like a lot of, or not a lot, 3 that I can think of have engines bigger than what are even offered. Well, 4 that I can think of. 1 I think was custom built very recently on an existing big bud. Like the engine sizes even. Like a 16-cylinder 1100 horsepower. No tractor today has that. And the only other one I can think of is a 950 horsepower Cat. If you look it up online, I think if you search, I think it was a 3508. If you search 3508 Cat on YouTube, one will come up in a big bud, and that one I think cranks out 950 horsepower. So even now, tractors, I think the biggest one I can think of that's made today, like present day, might be 620 horsepower. So they don't even go up close to 1100. And then it's stuff like that that throws off all my timing when I run into the header. Yes, I know I ran into you. I'm sorry. That wasn't very nice of me. Now I need to come unload you before you turn around. So you are now unloaded. I think I'll go ahead and try unloading into the trailer really quick, because I'll be able to catch up to that New-Holland. We are still using the Wilson trailers. These two trailers have worked out really well. Can haul 96 or 98,000 liters in one trip, which is bigger than any in-game trailer, obviously. I think the biggest in-game trailer can take, like, by itself, 51,000 maybe. So this trailer's worked out really well for this tractor and grain cart, and really just having two harvesters going in general. If it doesn't go too long, I might be able to finish this field this episode, and I won't have to, and if not, I'll try to leave enough to where we can finish it next episode on screen, unless you guys don't want that, and then I will start finishing it off screen after I get your feedback on this episode. So these tractors, as you would expect, really aren't that fuel efficient. I've been using this for 1.3 hours, and I've already used, let's go see, I've already used 500 liters of its fuel. But that's really to be expected with an engine this big, moving a tractor this big. You don't probably wouldn't expect the greatest fuel economy out of it. So I'm going to try doing this no cruise control, just see how good I am with it. I'm actually holding it pretty close, which honestly impresses me, because I use a Logitech G27 and I've never really been able to figure out how far to push it for a certain speed. So we might finish this field this episode. I'm going to try not to take these episodes over 35 minutes, because there's so much to do. It's really hard, and the map's so big, it's really hard to do more than just driving in a 20-minute episode on this map. So I've decided to try to keep the episodes around 35 minutes. $2,000 in wages. Well, I guess I have 3 workers going right now, so it's really not that bad when you think about it. I have a feeling we are going to run into a disaster in a minute when we have... I might intentionally block this harvester to give the New-Holland time to turn around, which is not something I would normally do. When we get closer to the end, I'm probably going to pull in front of it on purpose. To keep a collision from happening, because I have a feeling it's going to be one more pass from each harvester and the field will be done. So as you can tell, this field was noticeably smaller than field 28, because we were able to finish it in one episode, and which I'm fine with that, because then it leaves us more episodes to do other stuff, like continue to block the harvester. I think I went too big with this corn header, because I'm always running into either it or blocking the harvester. So good, the New-Holland is ahead, because that one will probably finish first, because I think it's the one that goes 6.5 miles an hour. I'm just going to stay behind this one so it doesn't fold in its auger, but when it gets close to the end, I'm going to have to intentionally block it. So this field, I'm kind of glad it went this quickly. So there's not as many harvesting videos, because I have a feeling harvesting is what's going to take the longest this series, just because, like I said, the fields what are going to make up the most episodes of this series, since the fields are so big. So I'm trying to keep that from happening, so it's not just a lot of the same, so I don't bore my viewers. there. We'll just block it. We'll just block it there for a minute. Let the New-Holland turn around. It's not something I would normally do, but I really don't want a collision to happen because I like that even less. Maybe one pass. If not, whichever harvester gets down there first, I am going to take it off of working. Yeah, that John Deere should get it this time. No, that's going to leave one row behind, isn't it? If it does, I'm probably not going to even bother with it. Oh, it is going to get it also. I'm going to have to pretty much chase the New-Holland to keep it from... Because the worker will see that there is... Well, the worker will think there's another row, even though it's the row the John Deere is getting, and then bad things will happen, i.e. a wreck. So this field went really fast, and I am pleased with that. I'm very pleased, because now all we have left is planting this field and harvesting and seeding field number 20. So that, I need to speed up a little bit. I'm feeling too much forward. I don't want to start spilling over because it fills up quicker than the back. So I wish this would stay going on cruise control, because I'm going to have to move really quickly to get into the New-Holland. You're not blocked. You could easily have kept going. One thing that I would like to see changed in 19 is the intelligence of the workers. Because I was not just blocking it, but it thought it was blocked, so it wouldn't work. So I'm going to go down to the end of the field so I can just get in the New-Holland, and then I will unload. Oh, please stop. That weighs a lot. Ugh. 542 liters. But moving forward, go ahead and unfold the auger. So that will conclude this episode. Thank you all for watching. If you are enjoying this series, please comment, rate, subscribe, and like to be notified of future videos. And I hope you are enjoying the series so far. And if there's anything you would like to see, like I always say, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best to make that happen. So, thank you all for watching, and have a nice day, everyone.